Hello everyone, we're back with chess pattern number 9 and it's the Queen Incursion. This pattern is rather rare, but you need to be aware of it. So the point of this is that you come to h5 and start sacking like a madman here, or come to h6 and do some nasty stuff for to the black king. For the black king, well then you'd be a spy. Wait, what? Yeah. So this is the point of the pattern. I wouldn't say it occurs too frequently, but of course you need to be aware of this like pinning, mayhem and attacking pattern. So yeah, so one thing to remember is that this pin is very important. And why do I say this? It seems obvious, but remember that if you come to h5 and for example the bishop can take your rook, well, you're going to look like a fool. And or like, let's say the queen, even more so. Let's say the queen can take here with check, then you have to recapture, let's say, and then black takes the queen, your queen, and you end up losing a full rook. So these tactics are very important to take note of. Yeah. So how does the pattern play out? So you just come to h5, and in some cases you take on g6 check, and the next game we're going to see shows that. Or you come to h6 where you do some nasty stuff either on g7 or knight f6 check or whatever. So let's go for the first sample game we have here. So it's a miniature by Milos Perunovic, and this looks like a very normal opening for knights game. Like, it looks so calm, but already white taking like this already signals that they're in a very aggressive mode and they want to go for imbalances. And here, of course, let's go through this more slowly. So here f4, and you get this ideal center and get rid of one of your weak doubled pawns. But now comes this familiar tactic which occurs a lot in the Pierts and is actually a pattern that we're going to cover. And now black thinks the worst is over, but now comes bishop e5, putting a big load of pressure. Black castles into it, white goes back with the bishop, intending some nasties after the knight is captured, and queen h5, and it's GG. There's no way to stop these sacrifices, and thanks to the bishop for covering these squares. And of course queen h6 is also always an idea, so completely winning. Alright, so for our test, and now the test won't show because I've reached the limit here for okay, maybe I can show it like this. You have to bear with me, guys. Okay, so this is the test. So let's go. The Russian game, Petrov. And we get to see one of these long castles positions. And now g4, and bishop takes g4. So what was the sacrifice all about? Why did the white player do the sacrifice? And how can we try to achieve the pattern we've been talking about? So pause the video and try to figure that out. Alright, so for the full game, we've already seen all of this. The Petrov, the Russian game, the dreaded Russian game, but here at least opposite sides castling, and we've stopped here. So what's the point of this? Sacrificing the pawn like this, of course, the open g file. Now comes rook hg1, sacrificing the rook, but for what reason? Well, it's a long forced line, so let's take a look at this long forced line. Yeah, I wanted to mention why not the other rook, of course, rook dg1. So here, rook dg1. The point is that after bishop f3 comes bishop h6. Wait, what am I saying? No, after bishop f3, the point is that you're going to lose this rook and you have no compensation. While in this line, after rook hg1, you give up the rook, that's true, but after you take here, you're attacking this knight, and where are the safe squares? There are none. So g6 is forced, but now comes the pattern. But black actually had a trick in mind with d4, trying to go for a fork. But white had another trick. He went for bishop h6. The point here, what happens after takes? Well, we're familiar with this. We become familiar with this. All of this happens and it's mate. And it doesn't matter how you recapture. Of course, this will end up being mate as well. Actually here, what's the simplest mate? Actually, maybe I messed up. Yeah, isn't this simpler? Look, f6 check, yeah. Of course, you can't go to any of these squares, so you have to go back, and now the mate. Yeah, so the king went to h8, but now knight e4, and look at this, guys. Like, you're down in exchange, but do you really feel it? Look at this bishop, look at this bishop, look at this knight, this queen here. It's all so good. And of course, let's note why this can't be captured. This is mate. So queen d5, but now comes takes here. Again, taking would allow the familiar mate. This is an insane game. And black tries to go for something here, but no, it's not working. And white just ends up a piece, and even goes on to deliver a crushing tactical blow. So phenomenal game here actually by Malakhov. Very nice game. Actually, I've realized that I used to show the players' names. Yeah, so I'm recording these videos all in one session, so I realized that earlier you guys missed the players' names. But hey, okay, you have the Lichess study, it's okay. Yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. Not the most common pattern, but one you should be well aware of. Alright guys, so with that, take care and thanks for watching.